The roar of engines, the smell of burning rubber, and the thunderous applause of thousands watching as a young Spanish rider crosses the finish line in triumph. This is the world of Alex Marquez, a name that has become synonymous with determination, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of MotoGP glory. At just 28 years old, Alex has already carved out his own legendary path in motorcycle racing, stepping out from the shadow of his world-famous brother Marc to establish himself as a formidable force on the track. Today, we dive deep into the extraordinary journey of Alex Marquez Alenta, exploring his recent triumphs, heart-stopping crashes, personal life, and the remarkable story that has made him one of the most compelling figures in modern motorsport. Born on April 23, 1996, in the picturesque town of Cervera, Catalonia, Spain, Alex grew up in a household where the sound of motorcycle engines was as common as morning coffee. His father, Julia Marquez, wasn't just a motorcycle enthusiast but a passionate racer himself, and his mother, Rosa Alenta, provided the steady foundation that would support both her sons' incredible racing careers. The Marquez family home became the launching pad for what would become one of the most successful sibling dynasties in motorcycle racing history. From the moment Alex could walk, he was surrounded by the world of racing. His older brother Marc, born just 3 years earlier, was already showing signs of the extraordinary talent that would eventually make him a household name. But Alex wasn't content to simply watch from the sidelines. At the tender age of 4, he climbed onto his first motorcycle, displaying an immediate and natural affinity for the machine that would define his life. Those early days in Cervera, racing around makeshift tracks and learning the fundamentals of motorcycle control, were laying the groundwork for a career that would span multiple championships and decades. The progression from childhood hobby to professional ambition happened organically in the Marquez household. Alex's parents, recognizing the exceptional talent both their sons possessed, made the difficult but necessary sacrifices to support their racing dreams. This meant countless hours traveling to races, financial investments in equipment and training, and the emotional roller coaster of watching their children participate in one of the world's most dangerous sports. The family's commitment to excellence created an environment where both Marc and Alex could push each other to greater heights while maintaining the close bond that remains evident today. Alex's professional journey began in earnest in 2010 when he joined team competition Monlau 125 in the FIM CEV Repsol Championship. Remarkably, he almost missed his first race not due to injury or mechanical failure, but because he was 5 days too young to meet the minimum age requirement. This early setback, rather than discouraging the young rider, seemed to fuel his determination to prove that age was just a number when it came to racing talent and maturity. The breakthrough moment came in 2014 when Alex achieved something truly extraordinary. He won the Moto3 World Championship, becoming part of racing history alongside his brother Marc, who simultaneously captured the MotoGP World Championship. This made them the first pair of brothers to win World Motorcycle Racing Championships in the same year, a feat that underscored not just their individual talents but the incredible racing pedigree of the Marquez family. The image of both brothers holding their respective championship trophies remains one of the most iconic moments in modern motorsport. Alex's journey through the racing categories was methodical and impressive. After conquering Moto3, he moved up to Moto2, where he would spend several seasons honing his craft and developing the skills necessary for the Premier class. His persistence paid off spectacularly in 2019 when he claimed the Moto2 World Championship, a victory that served as his ticket to the Premier class of motorcycle racing, MotoGP. The transition to MotoGP in 2020 marked the beginning of a new chapter in Alex's career, one filled with both tremendous highs and challenging lows. His early years in the Premier class were spent with Honda's factory team, where he found himself riding the same machinery that had brought his brother Marc so much success. However, the MotoGP landscape proved to be more challenging than anticipated, with Alex struggling to consistently compete at the front of the pack during his initial seasons. The 2024 season represented what Alex himself later described as a nightmare year. Racing for the Gresini team on a Ducati GP23 bike, he managed only one podium finish throughout the entire season, a statistically disappointing result for a rider of his caliber and ambition. The struggles were multifaceted, involving bike setup challenges, competitive pressures, and the ongoing process of adapting to different machinery and team dynamics. However, those who know Alex understood that this difficult period was not defining his character but rather forging it. The transformation that occurred heading into 2025 has been nothing short of remarkable. Alex's move to assume the role of team leader at Gresini, alongside rookie teammate Firmin Aldiger, coincided with an upgrade to the more competitive Ducati GP24 bike. The combination of improved machinery, increased responsibility, and the lessons learned from his challenging 2024 season created the perfect storm for Alex's breakthrough year. The 2025 season has already produced some of the most memorable moments of Alex's career, including several heart-stopping crashes that demonstrate both the inherent dangers of MotoGP and Alex's incredible resilience. During the Spanish Grand Prix weekend, Alex suffered a significant crash in the first practice session while chasing his brother Marc through Turn 5. The incident, captured on camera and watched by millions around the world, showed Alex losing control of his Ducati and sliding off the track at high speed. However, in a testament to both modern safety equipment and his own physical conditioning, Alex emerged from the crash without serious injury and incredibly went on to top the session with a lap record time. This crash and comeback became symbolic of Alex's entire 2025 campaign. Rather than allowing setbacks to derail his progress, he has consistently used them as motivation to push even harder. The psychological strength required to climb back onto a motorcycle after a high-speed crash and immediately return to competitive pace is something that separates elite riders from the rest of the field, and Alex has demonstrated this quality repeatedly throughout his career. The highlight of Alex's 2025 season came at the Spanish Grand Prix, where he achieved something that had eluded him throughout his MotoGP career, his maiden victory in the Premier class. The race was dramatic from start to finish, with Alex dropping to 5th position after a scary moment at turn 6 on the opening lap. However, displaying the racecraft and determination that runs in the Marquez family DNA, he methodically worked his way back through the field. By the 4th lap, he had moved into 2nd place with a clean overtake on Francesco Bagnaia, setting up a thrilling chase for race leader Fabio Quartararo. The victory was made even more poignant by the fact that his brother Marc, who had been leading the race, suffered a crash at turn 8 on lap 3. This created a complex emotional situation where Alex's greatest triumph came partly as a result of his brother's misfortune, highlighting the complicated dynamics that exist in professional racing families. However, the post-race celebration showed the genuine joy and support that exists between the Marquez brothers, with Marc being among the first to congratulate Alex on his breakthrough victory. The significance of this first MotoGP win cannot be overstated. It represented the culmination of years of preparation, sacrifice, and persistence, validating Alex's decision to continue pursuing his dreams despite the setbacks and challenges he had faced. The emotional weight of the moment was evident as Alex crossed the finish line, finally able to prove to himself and the world that he belonged among MotoGP's elite race winners. Beyond his racing achievements, Alex has managed to maintain a relatively private personal life, a challenging feat in the modern era of social media and constant media scrutiny. Unlike some of his contemporaries who share every aspect of their lives online, Alex has chosen to keep his romantic relationships and personal affairs largely out of the public eye. This discretion has led to widespread speculation among fans about his dating life, but concrete information about a current girlfriend or romantic partner remains elusive. What is known about Alex's personal life centers around his incredibly close relationship with his family, particularly his brother Marc. Despite competing in the same highly competitive sport where they are often direct rivals, the brothers have maintained an extraordinary bond that transcends professional competition. Their mutual support and genuine affection for each other has become one of the most heartwarming stories in modern motorsport, showing that family loyalty can coexist with professional ambition. The Marquez family's approach to handling fame and success has been notably grounded and authentic. Both Alex and Marc regularly return to their hometown of Cervera, where they remain connected to their roots and the community that supported their early racing dreams. This connection to home has provided stability and perspective that has served both brothers well throughout their careers. From a financial perspective, Alex's success on the track has translated into substantial earning power. While exact figures are closely guarded, industry estimates suggest that his annual salary from Gresini, combined with sponsorship deals and prize money, places his net worth in the millions of euros. His primary sponsors include major brands that recognize his marketability and appeal to motorcycle racing fans worldwide. The financial success has allowed Alex to invest in property, including homes in Spain and other locations, as well as supporting various business ventures related to motorsport. Alex's lifestyle reflects his status as a professional athlete at the highest level of his sport. His training regimen is intensive and year-round, involving not just motorcycle-specific skills but comprehensive physical conditioning, mental preparation, and technical study. He works with a team of professionals including fitness trainers, sports psychologists, and technical advisors to maintain peak performance throughout the demanding MotoGP season. The physical demands of MotoGP racing cannot be understated. Riders must maintain exceptional cardiovascular fitness, core strength, and reaction times while enduring the extreme physical stresses of racing at speeds exceeding 200 miles per hour. Alex's conditioning program includes cycling, running, gym work, and specialized motorcycle training that keeps him prepared for the rigors of competition. Recent developments in Alex's career have been particularly encouraging. His strong start to the 2025 season, which has already included multiple podium finishes and his breakthrough victory, has positioned him as a genuine contender for race wins and potentially championship honors. The combination of his experience, improved machinery, and increased confidence has created the perfect storm for sustained success. The psychological aspect of Alex's recent success cannot be overlooked. The confidence that comes from achieving that first MotoGP victory has a transformative effect on riders, often serving as the catalyst for multiple subsequent wins. Alex has spoken about how the weight of expectation and pressure to achieve that first victory had been building over his years in MotoGP, and how crossing that threshold has liberated him to race with greater freedom and aggression. Looking ahead, Alex's career trajectory appears to be pointing upward at exactly the right time. At 28 years old, he is entering what should be his prime years as a MotoGP rider, with the experience to make smart decisions during races while retaining the physical capabilities necessary to compete at the highest level. His current contract situation and team relationships position him well for continued success in the coming seasons. The rivalry and relationship with his brother Marc adds an additional layer of intrigue to Alex's story. With Marc now racing for the factory Ducati team while Alex leads the Gresini satellite effort, the brothers find themselves on equal machinery for the first time in their MotoGP careers. This has created the possibility of direct battles between them on track, something that fans have been eagerly anticipating. The crashes that have punctuated Alex's 2025 season, while concerning from a safety perspective, have also demonstrated his incredible resilience and mental toughness. In a sport where fear and hesitation can be career-ending, Alex's ability to bounce back immediately from high-speed accidents shows the mental strength that separates elite competitors from the rest of the field. As Alex continues to build on his breakthrough 2025 season, the motorcycle racing world is watching to see if he can establish himself as a consistent race winner and championship contender. His journey from the younger brother trying to establish his own identity to a proven MotoGP winner represents one of the most compelling narratives in modern motorsport. The story of Alex Marquez is far from complete. With his first MotoGP victory now achieved and his confidence at an all-time high, the remaining chapters of his racing career promise to be filled with excitement, competition, and the continued pursuit of greatness that has defined his journey from the beginning. If you've been inspired by Alex Marquez's incredible journey from crashes to victory, please consider subscribing to our channel for more in-depth stories about your favorite MotoGP riders. Hit that like button if his resilience and determination motivated you, and let us know in the comments which aspect of his racing career you find most impressive. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next video where we continue exploring the fascinating world of motorcycle racing.